Okay, how you doing, guys? It's great to be back. Was out for the count. Actually, just spending a lot of time at the range. I'll get into that later, but I decided to go ahead and make a new series of videos concerning the 6.5 Creedmoor from the beginning of the process to the end. I had a lot of folks at the range congratulating me on my achievements there in such a short period of time. But one of the questions that I did get a lot is, man, your loads are really good. Wow, and they really look new. You sure you're not buying them or whatnot? So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to create a series of videos. I'm going to call it extreme reloading, right? Particularly for the 6.5 because that is my favorite round. So that's no doubt about it. That's my guy, right? Extreme reloading videos, and pretty much I'm going to share with you everything that I do that works for me. Like I've always said, you can go ahead and do whatever you need, but I'm going to show you some of the things that I decided to put together to show you how to get, if you like what I do, then you're probably going to do it the same way too, maybe even better. I've did a lot of learning concerning some of the feedback that I got from some of the viewers. I got a whole bunch of new stuff that I need to share with you guys also. That's going to be part of the extreme process. I think that would be a better title. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to send me the names of the titles, but I'm going to call it extreme because everything here is one step up. And first I'm going to start off with the brass, extreme brass part 1. Now, a lot of goodies over here. I mean, there's a lot of great, interesting things over here. A lot of people like to use the media, the stainless steel media, which is, I use the Layman Cyclone. This is not a product promotion, by the way. It has a steel media, which is really great for cleaning brass. And it does come out like this. And the beauty about it is that it cleans the inside and it also cleans the pocket, the primer pocket too. The other thing that a lot of people also are asking me questions about is also the corn media, right? The tumblers, the man and whatnot. That's pretty neat. But it doesn't necessarily clean the inside primer pockets as well as when you use the stainless steel, which is the wet type versus the dry. So we're going to get into details. As part of the extreme experience, I use both. That's just me. And I'm going to explain to you why I use both, because one has its advantages versus the other. So I'm going to give you details on exactly what to do so you can get your brass. This is pretty neat, but I'm going to tell you, once you see my ending product, you're going to say, wow. So, all right. So let me begin. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the camera a little closer so you can see the goodies over here a lot closer. All right. Let me zoom out a little bit and then we can get started. You do not need a blender and you do not need a coffee or whatever hot tea pot. Okay, that's not part of the things that you would want to use anyway. Well, maybe having some tea as you create your rounds. But what I like to do is that I like to start off with my dirty brass. This has already been passed through the rotary tumbler over there. Okay. But what I like to do is that I don't like to resize with the brass being dirty. It's just not really. It messes up your dyes and it just makes everything dirty. But you have to deprime if you want your pocket to be clean, as you can see here. You have to deprime. There's no doubt about it. So luckily, when you buy the Lee, die set, I like to use what's called the next sizing die, which is this one right here, a little top over here. And that also comes with a deprimer, which you can use. It actually works very well. And at the same time, it opens up the neck as you push it along and you do your neck resizing, and it pops out the primer. That's it. So basically all of these over here, what I did is that as it's dirty, I didn't pass it through the resizing die, just the neck sizing die. I popped out the primer. And once I have that done, I went ahead and I ran it through the Layman's, my Layman rotary tumbler over here. Okay, so a lot of folks would say, okay, so what is your secret formula when it comes to this? What is it that you do, right? I mean, what do you need to use? Well, I'm going to bring two things to the table that recommend that you use, okay? One is Simple Green, Dawn Ultra, exactly this Dawn Ultra, okay, the blue one, yes, and Let Me Shine, okay? So my trick is this. You can do many different things, but for 50 or 100 that you put in here, it depends on whatever, I always fill it to about an inch above the line of where it fills. So if your brass is up to here, I put an extra inch of water, cold water, okay? It is very important that you watch out for the quantity of Let Me Shine that you put. I've seen a lot of people put a lot of quantity on it. It really does not require a lot. I go with about, I'll show you, which about this much. And that might be already too much. But this much of it is perfectly fine. I'll throw that away. And you put that in the water in there along with your dirty brass, okay? And this is the trick. Dawn, you only put half a spoon of it. Do not put more because you're going to get too much bubbles and it defeats the purpose. This degreases it and helps, you know, soften up some of the carbon deposits. Half a spoon, not an entire spoon, half a spoon of it, okay? And then Simple Green, an entire spoon of Simple Green, the concentrated formula. This completely breaks down all carbon deposits. And in the combination of these two things, you know, cleans the brass really well. And this is the result. As you can see, this is beautiful, right? This is really nice. This came out really nice and clean, inside, outside. I could not ask for more. I mean, look at that. That's amazing, all right? That's basically it. I run it through the 3-hour cycle that the timer has, and you know, with stainless steel media. And there it goes. But it doesn't end there, because remember, this is the extreme video section on reloading, and we're starting out with the brass cleaning. The other one thing that I do is, believe it or not, once I have this brass like this, I run it through this guy right here. I said, wait a minute, but you already cleaned it. Yeah, I cleaned it, but man, I'm sorry. I cannot accept this. This is damn ugly. This is not extreme for me. This is not extreme for me at all. So in the interest of being extreme, I'm going to show you what happens when you use corn cob and you just put a little bit of, that's right, Mother's metal polish. In the corn cob, you just dab a little bit like that per 50. I do it at 50 at a time. Run it for maybe 3 or 4 hours. And I'm going to show you the results on how this comes out. So let me go ahead and empty this out, and then I'll just show you the media. I'll show you the media right here. See, that's the corn cob, right? Get that at the shows, or you can buy it online, whichever, right? And I'm going to pull one out, and you're going to be amazed on how this comes out too. And then I'll do a side-to-side comparison, right? I mean, look at that. This is amazing. Look at that. That is glass finish. And let's do a side-by-side comparison, right, of one coming out from the other. Look at that. You can even see the difference in the color. Let's go a little closer on this. See how dull that is? See that? And look at this one. Mirror finish. You can see me in the background there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Right? I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let me go ahead and just filter this out. Separate the media from the brass, and pretty much what I'm doing is that I actually threw it in here, right? One of these things from on Amazon, and this is from Home Depot. And I do that. And there you have it. That's it. I mean, look at the difference, right? I mean, can you see that? That's steel, right? And this is the corn. I mean, reloading these are, woo, these are beautiful. So in the aspect of everything being equal, what I do is that after I do this process, right, after I'm done with cleaning it through the rotary, I resize it. And then if I have to chamfer and deburr, I do that, right? And then, like I said, I resize it, I run it through the resizing die. Then once I'm done with that part, then I go to the corn media where I actually add a little bit of mother's metal polish. And that's it. That's what I do. And I get these ready to load, super beautiful glass finished brass, man. It's just, I love it. I love it. I mean, and it's safety too, because I'm able to look at this very easily and I can see if there's any cracks or anything like that on the neck, or neck tension or pressure. I will be able to see it right now, right? You can see that. You can notice that, right? It's just a lot more easier to spot. So that is what I do. That is part one of extreme reloading, the brass. I do a two-step process, right? I run it through the rotary tumbler. I already told you my formulas that I use concerning, I use Simple Green, Dawn, and a little bit of Lemon Shine. Very little. Remember, you don't use a lot because that tends to, it could tarnish your brass. I've seen it happen. Some people say it does, but it's just very little. It's just what you need. And then once that is dry, I go ahead and chamfer, deburr, and resize it first or whatever, right? And once that's done, then I take it over to the other tumbler, vibrating tumbler, and I put a little bit of metal polish on the corn cob. A couple of hours, and I get brand new looking brass, man. I mean, it's beautiful. All right, this is Fasty Fauci over here. Part one of extreme reloading, calling this extreme brass cleaning. Good luck.